Jollibee Food Corporation Internationalization Strategy by the Consulting Geeks. What is Jollibee Food Corporation? They are the leader in fast food in the Philippines. They own 17 brands in 33 countries and are operating 5,815 stores worldwide, from which 347 are in North America and 204 in China, and they are planning on worldwide expansion. Their mission is to serve great tasting food, bringing the joy of eating to everyone, and their philosophy are the 5 F's: friendliness, favorable food, fun atmosphere, flexibility in catering, and focus on families. Our objective: 1,000 store openings in 6 years. PSTLE. Political factors. 24 different national level political environments. Regulations impacting absolute cost advantage in the industry. Different environmental initiatives. Economical factors. Economic recession in the Philippines. Fast food is an economically viable growing industry. Success in the US, investing more there. Cost of doing business in a country may affect pricing strategy. Social factors. Predicting ever-changing consumer preferences. Developing a culture of constant research and development. Social pressure to take care of their franchisees. Investigation into the supply chain to make it more sustainable. Brand reputation is important in the industry. Need for quality, CSR. Technological factors. Internet penetration and social media usage. High level of local and international investment in the technology. New technological in the fast food world. Digitalization of processes to overcome. Corruption in the local economy. Level of automation and overall cost of production. Legal factors. Regulations and laws regarding franchising and copyrights. Employment regulations and labor laws. Regulation of food production, trade, handling, control, safety, and quality. Consumer and data protection laws. Lawsuits against fast food chains for offering unhealthy products. Environmental factors. Renewable technological trends. Environmental standards and regulations. Waste management and recycle policies. Consumer activities regarding environmental concerns.
Now we are going to talk about Porter's 5 forces. As threat of entry, we have high investments needed, regulatory framework, economies of scale, access to materials, government policies. For industry rivalry, we have high concentration of big companies, a very competitive sector, product differentiation, and high industry growth rate. For threat of substitutes, we have switching costs, healthier or higher quality solutions, and closer solutions. For bargaining power of suppliers, we have many suppliers available and surge in supply availability. And lastly, for bargaining power of buyers, we have many choices on the market, brand reputation, threat of back integration, and quality information easily available. These analyses help us understand the factors that affect profitability. In overall, everything is very attractive. Now we're going to see the SWOT analysis. For strengths, we have market knowledge, branding and customer loyalty, health awareness, high quality food. For weaknesses, we have limited expansion due to localized flavors, outdated technologies, traditional business model. For opportunities, we have expansion to international markets, develop new recipes, broaden selling points. And lastly, for threats, we have competitors, pandemic, healthy threats, and back integration.
Jollibee's organizational structure was a very simple export-oriented model, which is typical in those early stages, but for better internationalization, the company must try to avoid multi-domestic strategy, which would be costly in the long run, decentralize the structure in order to follow a more geocentric approach, and give more autonomy to the franchises on issues like marketing and human resource management in order to avoid friction and disagreements with headquarters. We have listed some key factors Jollibee should develop in order to better gain economies of scale. Said factors include human capabilities like leadership and customer satisfaction perception, process capabilities such as decision making and performance measurement, and also technologies capabilities like digitalization and AI investments.
Next, we decided to expand in markets where there are a lot of Filipino people living already, for example, China and North America. First of all, we will focus on the most important distances between China and Philippines. For the cultural distance, of course, they have different cultures, different languages, but there are people speaking Chinese, and also they have a strong identity of food. The administrative ones, it means that we have growing cooperation between the two, but there's still negative trust index towards China in Philippines. Then for the geographic, even though they are in the same continent and close to each other, they have a big difference in size country. Then for the economic, we have a different currency and big difference in GDP, economic development, and in infrastructure. Then, for North America, distances are like almost the same. For cultural, there are different national traditions and culture, different food tastes, different day-to-day events, language, and social differences. Then, for the administrative, we have regulation differences, local law differences, and also political tension differences. For the geographic, even here, the weather, the size of the country, which is really, really different. In the end, for the economic, even here, different currency, dissimilar financial resources, big difference in GDP, and infrastructure difference. So, for our industry, which is fast food, cultural distance is relevant and the distance is high. But we decided to invest here because they are both attractive markets. They are the first two economies in the world, and they already like Jollibee started already its expansion here. And of course, we can target mostly Filipino minorities and exploit menu personalization.
Moving on to entry modes. We propose to continue with franchising, develop partnerships with food delivery services, and as Jollibee has already done before in Vietnam, manage possible unique JVs with coffee chains, for instance. In China, we propose a JV with Luckin Coffee to get access to better locations, for instance. The scale of entry would be large scale. We would get scale economies and switching cost advantages, even though in the beginning, substantial resources are needed for this. So, our overall expansion strategy can be viewed on the screen. We are taking Jollibee to China and North America because they are promising markets for the company, and we are going to do this through franchising, partnerships, and JVs. It'll be a large-scale operation at the beginning. Thank you all for the attention.